Hello, welcome to Bot and Back, and we're doing a special video on Studio Series 86 Megatron. Now, I know a lot of you are frustrated, I'm frustrated, that Megatron turns into a tank and not a gun like he used to. Now, that's just not possible with the way things are now. Hasbro cannot turn him into a gun, and I understand why they can't. But that doesn't mean we can't try. So, I cannot take credit for this at all. There are actually two fan modes. One, Prime vs. Prime did, and it's really cool. And I'm not going to do that one because he does a great job with it. He makes it very clear. So I'm going to put a link in my description so you can go check it out and give him a like and subscribe, whatever you want to do. But he does such a nice job of doing a very descriptive transformation. I feel like by doing it myself, I'm taking away from his views. Now, the second fan mode, this one I like better. I'm also going to put a link in the description, but I'm doing a video of it just because he does it a little bit fast. It might be easier for me to just do it more slowly and clearly. So what I would ask you to do, though, so I don't feel like I'm stealing this from him at all. Now, I'm giving him credit, but I'd like you to go into the description and please click on the link, check out his video, and give him an upvote or whatever you want to do, but I just want to make sure that he's getting the views so I don't feel like I'm leeching off of him. So, that all being said, we're going to do that fan mode of the transformation. So, first thing that we want to do, we're going to remove the fusion cannon, and we're going to remove the barrel. They will come into play later. We will not be using either of these accessories for anything. So, the first thing that you want to do is, let's start with his upper body. So, we're going to bring his arm forward, and then bring it out. This is basically, we're just pretending we're doing the tank mode. And bring that out. Same thing for the other side. Bring it forward. And maybe you haven't transformed him yet. So this, I want to make sure that I don't assume anything. So those are out like that. Now let's bring it up. And bring it up again. And then we're going to turn this whole thing around. And let's leave it there for now. Actually, one last thing, and let's bring it forward one click. Don't try to bring it forward anymore. It can't. You will break it. And now we want to bring this out. And turn his head in. Like so. There we go. And then let's open this up. And we're going to grab this tab here and bring it out. And unlike the tank mode, we're going to keep his torso and his belly piece here tabbed in, and this is just going to come down. Now we're actually going to want this to be turned this way. So it's like that. And as you're working on it, it might, it might rotate. That's happened to me, but we do want it to be like that. Now this won't tab into anything. It's just going to kind of sit there freely. So the next thing we want to do is we're going to work some more on his arms. So let's take this arm, we're going to rotate it around, like so. Now we're going to, let's turn this around just so we can see this better. We're going to untab these. We're going to leave his fist out, actually. So let's actually move it up a little bit so this will have clearance to turn this. So that's turned. Now we're only going to close that side. And we're going to turn his hand, his fist this way, like so. And it's important to do it like that. Don't have his pinky finger there. Have it like that, because this is going to hold the barrel better when we bring the barrel into play. So we've done that. Let's bring this back downwards. Actually, is that where it's supposed to be? It is. So this is where it's supposed to be. Let's bring this part down even more. So it will look like this. Like so. But here, straighten that out. This is going to go in like that. And let's bring his arm out like that. And then let's bring this in even more. Sorry, this is a little fiddly. Bring this in like that. And we're going to turn his arm like so. All right, we got it. We're going to it takes a little bit to keep everything the way it's supposed to be. So let's find his barrel. His barrel is going to go into his fist, like so. Now, you're going to want to move everything back about as far as it will go, like that. And now, we're going to turn this whole thing like this. And it'll look like this from the side. And when we get done, we're going to kind of like... Actually, that doesn't look bad. That's pretty much how it needs to look. So that part is done. Let's turn him over. Now we're going to take this arm. This should be... Oops. See? Grab that there. This should be twisted around this way. So it's like this. Now what we want to do is we will also open up these two panels here on his forearm, and his fist will actually go in. Let's turn this around. Now this time, this side's going to go in. And we're going to leave it so that these three hinges are straight across, and this part is going to be what turns. Like that. If you see what I mean. You'll see this hollow cavity showing. You want to turn just this part and just kind of have it there. So just like an overview, a better aerial view here, how everything is going to look. Peekaboo! There's his face. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. I wonder if you can turn his head around and put it in the other way so you don't see his face. I don't know. Give that a try when you do it. I'm not sure if it will fit in there, but that might have been a better thing to do. But moving on, that's how that should look. Everything's good, actually. We can probably straighten this out a little bit here. Just kind of look at him and see what else you want to fix up and clean up a little bit. But I think... Oops, sorry. Put the camera. I think that we're good. There, I'm being... my OCD is kicking in. I want everything to be perfect. There we are. Okay, let's move on to the legs. Now, the first thing we want to do, this is, again, very similar to putting him into tank mode, at least for one leg. Bring his foot out and bring the whole shin up. And then we're going to pull this out, untab this back panel, open all of this up, open this panel, bring this out, and close it. Like I said, this is just like the regular transformation, this part of it. Open this up, bring out this panel. Come on. There we go. Close this, and then this is on a double hinge. Bring this up. Close it. And we're good. Now, let's bring this back out of the way. Then we're going to take this tab, put it in that slot. This won't tab into anything. That's just going to stay right there. And then let's take his shin on this double hinge and just bring it in like that. Then we're going to close his foot, bring this in, and then close the toe in. Like that. Then we want to take his leg, turn it this way. I like to put his toe down about one click. This is what they do in the original video as well. And just bring this down. And we are pretty much done. The last little detail. Now this is something actually I like to do. This is not in the original video, I like to leave this hip skirt out. And I think that kind of looks like it's his trigger. That's what I like to do. The last thing we're going to do, take his fusion cannon and just put it in here. Voila! Fan mode gun. I think that is really cool. I didn't think it was going to be possible. Like, I know when it was first coming out, people were wondering, oh, is there going to be a fan mode? Will it look like a tank? I remember there was an original, a very early one that did not look great. In fact, I think it might have been photoshopped. But yeah, this turns out looking very nice. The only thing that looks a little strange is if we bring it around the other way, not quite as good, especially here. Now, there's another thing that you can do, another version of this that you can do, and I'm going to show you that right now. And this is also in the original video. So let's pull this up, and we're going to take the arm, and we're going to turn it all the way around, and we're going to, here, let me turn it this way so we can see better. We're going to switch which of these panels is closed. We're going to switch it to that. What we're basically going to do, and I think this is a good angle to do this from, actually. So let's hold it like this. And we want this to mirror this. So first, you can see how this is at an L shape. Right there, there's 3 black dots there. That's at an L shape, but this is straight across. So we're going to bring this in to match that. Now let's look at it from this angle. Basically, mess with this until it's pretty even. Oops. Maybe push these in a little bit. Oh, there we go. And just mess with them until they look pretty nice. Let's look at it from the top as well. Let's bring both of these up. Pretty much, this arm isn't changing. You're just trying to make this match that arm. And then we can bring the barrel in and the fist. Oops, and let's just clean some stuff up here. Tab this back in that came untabbed. So let's bring that down a little bit and just clean it up as best we can. Come on, there we go. I'm a perfectionist here. So this is the idea. You can mess with it a little bit more, make it look really nice. But I like that because now both sides, I think, look nice. Let's clean that up. I think both sides look nice. This is the downside, though, is that as much as that looks good now, we have this big hollow cavity here. See that? So if you don't like that, then you can use the other version. So that's him. Again, this is a fantastic fan mode. And please go to the link of the original creator and give him some love. And now let's transform him back. Or else we wouldn't be bought back now, would we? So let's remove that. Let's bring this up. Let's do the legs first. So we're going to pop the toesy back. Oops. And just turn this back this way. Easy peasy. Let's bring this toe up and bring out the leg, or the foot, sorry. We're going to unhinge the shin. Now we're going to fix this guy. Just pop that out, like so. Bring out this panel, fold that in, close it. I always do this a little faster when I'm going the other direction. I don't know if it's I've just lost my patience or I'm just getting more confident in my ability to transform him. So let's fold this in. This, I don't think this really has anything that tabs in when you close it. It's this part tabbing into here that really makes it more secure. So there. Sorry, I keep moving the camera out. I'll get better about that someday. Slot and tab. They go in there, like so. And then bring this guy down. That will tab in and just bring the foot in. And then we can just turn that, and there we have his legs all done. Let's bring this hip skirt around. So we have those there. And let's move on to the arms. Let's just pull the barrel out now. And let's unhinge his arms. Let's just bring them out like that. I think that'll make this part a little bit easier. Unhinge that arm. And I already closed it. You want to open these up. Just move his hand up for now so we have clearance when we swing this around. And we hand back out, and we're going to close these. And let's just, there, make it like that. Same for this side. So you can see better. We're going to bring the hand out. Nope, not all the way out. First we want to turn this. Bring the hand out. Close these. And let's just make that similar on both sides there. So let's, next we're going to turn this, I don't know, about like that, just so we can turn this whole thing around, like so. Let's bring his arms all the way around, like so, and then first, before we do anything else, let's open this up, bring out his head. Yeah, I do wonder if his head would go in this way and stay. You know what, it would. Okay, so when you do this, you can do that and it'll look better, because his head will be hidden. Actually, I did forget to do that. That's something you're supposed to do. My bad. I should have turned his head around and then brought it down. I'm not doing the whole video over again, just for that. Let's bring that in. Let's bring his torso down. Click that in, click that in. Turn his head around. And then we'll just fold this in like that. Oh, I shouldn't have had the arms where I did. I should have looked with her. And then fold that like that, so his backpack is in, just so you get a better view of what I did there. Fold that in, and then fold that in, and then fold this in. Let's turn his arms around. Now, bring this in. Now, this is how I suggest doing this. This is what I've learned from transforming him. Bring his arm up like that. We're gonna bring this in as far as you can, but then when you're pushing this back, oh, you know what? It just did it. It's fine. But if you actually, that didn't go in all the way. Push it here when you're trying to make that fit. Don't try to push it up here. You get more leverage just pushing directly here. So same for this side. Let's bring his arm down how it should have been. Bring his arm in like that. Push that in. And you know what? It went in. It went in by itself. But just make sure that's in all the way. That's flush across. And then just turn his torso. Bring his arms down. His arms should be like that. Same for the other side, like that. Let's just get his fusion cannon on him. And let's put his barrel onto his back. There we go, and we're all set. We have Megatron done. That's him going to his fan mode and back. I would like to thank the original creator. I cannot pronounce his name because I do not recognize the language that it is in, so I apologize for that. But again, his link is in the description. Please check it out. I hope you found this helpful. So comment section below, let me know. Do you have a fan mode for this Megatron that I don't know about? I would love to see it. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.